Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm talking about my 2024 anticipated releases. So last year was really the first year that I paid attention to anticipated releases, and part of it is because I'm more aware of things now from friends and seeing other people's anticipated releases videos, as well as from being on NetGalley for a little while. So a lot of the things that I am anticipating this year are continuations or conclusions of series. Many of them are fantasy and romance with an occasional mystery and thriller. I'm going to try to go through these in chronological order, but there are some things that I don't have dates for, might not have a title for, might not have a cover for, but I'm just hoping that they come out sometime this year. So first, on February 13th, The Eternal Ones by Namina Forna is coming out. This is the final book in the Deathless trilogy. I read The Gilded Ones and The Merciless Ones last year. Both of them were on my best of 2023, and I cannot wait to see how she ends it. In that first book, we're following Deka on the day of her ritual of purity, which is an annual tradition for young girls. Your blood is tested. If it's red, you're considered pure. If your blood runs gold, your entire family, your friends, your village, everyone turns their back on you because you're impure. Naturally, our main character ends up having gold blood, and we follow her story from there. This series deserves so much more hype. I truly encourage y'all to read this book if you are a fan of YA fantasy, because it is so good. Next, on February 19th, is Heiress of Roses by Asia Monet. This is the second book in the Cartel Elements series and is the follow-up to Heir of Flames. In this one, we're following Lexi, who is the twin sister of the male main character in book one, and she is in an arranged marriage to her brother's ex-best friend and the heir to the rival cartel. I cannot wait for this book. The author is sending me an arc, and I'm so excited. I loved Heir of Flames so unexpectedly, and I cannot wait to read more. I'm really excited. I loved the bits of Lexi that we got in book one, so I cannot wait to see how her story with Dante works out. I'm sure it's going to be full of shenanigans. She did say that this one is a slow burn, which I enjoy, and I'm so excited for it. On April 9th, The Kiss Countdown comes up. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember what this was about. One of the main characters is an astronaut though. It's Black romance. I got a NetGalley arc of it, so I'm gonna read it. It looked cute, and that's why I got it. Maybe some space stuff. I don't know. I'll put up a little something for you, but yeah, I don't remember what it's about, but I do have an arc, so I will be reading that hopefully in February. On April 16th, One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole is coming out. This is another mystery thriller from her. I really enjoyed When No One Is Watching. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think I read the synopsis. I think I saw Alyssa Cole and I was like, yeah, I want that. And she hasn't released anything in a while, so I'm really excited about this one. Probably should have looked up what it was about, but I didn't, so here we are. On April 30th, Missing White Woman by Kelly Garrett is coming out. I read Like a Sister for Black Queen last year and I enjoyed it. Did not read the synopsis for this one either. However, I'm still looking forward to it. I think that Kelly Garrett's mystery thrillers work well for me. I didn't like her cozy mystery series, but I liked Like a Sister, so I think just typical mystery thriller from her is where I need to stay, and I'm intrigued just by the title of this one. Honestly, I think it's gonna be really good. So the next one, I'm not quite sure what the actual release date is, because I've been seeing like April 30th, I've seen May 2nd, and it kind of has been going back and forth, but I do have it pre-ordered, and that is Heavenly Tyrant, the follow-up to Iron Widow. I really enjoyed Iron Widow. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm not a huge sci-fi reader, so I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna have to reread book one before this one comes out, but also I just love this cover. It is gorgeous. I cannot wait to see what happens next. We ended in a really interesting spot, and I have so many questions, so I can't wait to see what happens next. Next is Blood at the Root. I think I saw this for the first time on Twitter, and it has something to do with a magical HBCU and root magic, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be blunt. I feel like this is gonna be what Legendborn should have been, and I'm really looking forward to it. This might be a debut author, I'm not sure, but I've been seeing him on TikTok. He's been going live talking about the book a little bit, and I'm really excited for this one. I'm really hoping that I enjoy this, because Legendborn and Bloodmarked were such letdowns. Then we have Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is the final book in the Between Earth and Sky trilogy. I really loved Black Sun. It was one of my favorite books. It's probably one of my favorites of all time, honestly. It's so good. The sequel, not so good. Fevered Star was a disappointment on so many levels. However, I feel like she set us up for a really epic ending, and I'm really hoping that I enjoy this. I wanted to request an arc of this on NetGalley, however, it was like, it can't be requested, but you can put it on your wish list or whatever. So I did that. I'm hoping that they make the arc available though. I really, really am looking forward to this. The ending of book 2 was really good, even though the journey wasn't so great, but everyone's spread out, everyone's got their own thing going on, and I'm really interested to see how all of it ends collectively. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I cannot wait. And then the last release that I am sure of comes out on August 13th, and it is The Ending Fire by Sarah El Arifi. This is the final book in that trilogy, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. As soon as I saw that cover reveal, I was like, oh yes, this is gonna be so good. We finally got Hassa on the cover, who is my favorite character, and I cannot wait to see how all of this ends. I will be rereading both The Final Strife and The Battle Drum before this comes out, and I'm so excited. I love this series so much, and she does have another series coming out, Fae-bound, but I don't really like Fae, so I'm not really anticipating that one. However, if I hear that it's good from friends, then perhaps I could be persuaded to pick it up. And I have 5 more books that I want to talk about. I have titles for 2 of them, and then the other 3 are kind of up in the air. So the 2 that I am sure of are The Lotus Empire, which is Burning Kingdoms #3 by Tasha Suri. The events of book 2 were not at all what I was expecting. Now those 2 characters are kind of at odds, and I really want to see how we're gonna wrap all of this up. I cannot wait for the conclusion. I think this is gonna be really good. The other one, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but Guilt and Ginataan by Mia P. Manansala. This is Tita Rosie's Kitchen #5. I didn't love book 4, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this one, and I am not going to request an arc this time. I'm going to wait for it to be released and listen to the audio rather than reading it physically, because I didn't necessarily love that experience, and I really do love Denise Cabanella as the audiobook narrator, so we'll see if that makes a difference. And the last 3 that I'm hoping for, first is Mafia Misfits #7. This was supposed to be Asian Monique's Blind Date, with the book that was supposed to come out in December, and it didn't work out. Y'all know that I love this series, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna keep reading them no matter what, so I'm excited to see who the next character we're following is and what that story looks like. Then Amari #3. I really loved Amari and the Night Brothers, and so I'm hoping that we get some information about book 3 this year. I don't know if it's just supposed to be a trilogy, but I really love that character. I really love the world, and I'm excited to see what happens next, given where we left off at the end of book 2. And then the final one is 5 Queendoms #3. So I really love Scorpica, gave it 5 stars. Arca was one of my most disappointing of the year, but I'm chalking it up to middle book syndrome. Hopefully book 3 is a little better. There are supposed to be 5 books though, so this will be the determining factor on whether I continue the series or not. So those are all of my anticipated releases. Let me know what you're looking forward to this year. If there are other books that are on your radar that you think I would like, let me know. Or if you have any of these on your TBR as well. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.